All right, so this question says use the quadratic formula to prove that the solution for x squared minus 8x plus 11 is equal to 0 is the one shown in the image, where we're seeing that x is equal to 8 plus or minus the square root of 20 all over 2. Let's recall the quadratic formula where x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And in order for us to use the quadratic formula accurately, we have to be able to identify a, b, and c in the equation. So remember, the a is the coefficient of the squared term. So in this case, a is equal to 1. The b is the coefficient of our x term. In this case, it's a negative 8. And the c term is the constant term in our equation. So c is equal to a plus 11. Once we are able to recognize that, we're going to substitute them into the formula itself. So minus b is going to be minus a negative 8 plus or minus the square root of a negative 8 squared minus 4 times a is 1, times c is 11, come on, ooh, 11 times all over 2 times 1. Now we can simplify. So x is equal to a minus times a negative 8 to negative. Negative times a negative gives a positive, so that's a positive 8. Plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared is negative 8 times 8, that is 64. Minus 4 times 1, that's a negative 4. Negative 4 times 11, that's a negative 44. All over 2 times 1, that's 2. Let's try to simplify. X is equal to 8 plus or minus 64 minus 44, that is 20. So that's the square root of 20 over 2. What we're seeing here is the solution that we have is very much similar to the image that they gave for the solution that was there initially. So we've just used the quadratic formula to prove that x equals 8 plus or minus the square root of 20 all over 2 is indeed the solution for the formula for the quadratic equation x squared minus 8x plus 11 is equal to 0.